Hello everyone, welcome once again. So today we are going to talk about custom fixtures. But before that, let us quickly understand what we discussed in the previous video around fixtures. So we talked about how we can achieve reusability with the help of fixtures and how we can avoid duplicacy. We talked about different built-in fixtures like page, browser and context, and we discussed their applications as well, like when to use which type of fixture. In case you are not familiar, I would request you to please check out my previous video, which I'll be sharing in icon, also in the description section. Let us now understand what are custom fixtures and why do we need custom fixtures. So before talking about custom fixtures, let us talk about hooks, because fixtures are like setup conditions and tear down conditions, and hooks perform the same case, but hooks are test file scoped. So in Playwright, we need to define hooks at the test file level. They cannot be used across test files, right? So setup part, also the setup part, meaning if we have some preconditions, so that we need to write as part of before, and if we have tear down conditions, that we need to write in the after hook. So to overcome this, there comes a concept that is custom fixture. So what we can do is we can create a custom fixture, we can write setup condition and tear down condition, then we can inject that custom fixture into the test cases where we want to apply those setup conditions and tear down conditions, and test case will automatically call the preconditions before the test case execution and post conditions after the execution of test cases. So things are combined here. So using custom hooks, we can combine setup and tear down and is automatically invoked. This is what we just discussed, right? So how to use it? So first of all, we need to create a custom fixture, then we need to inject it in the test case where we want to use them, right? So this is the syntax, right? So to demonstrate, let me go to this particular framework, right? So what I've done is I have created a package custom fixture, right? And inside this I have created files, multiple file. So I have created one test case, login logout, right? Then for hooks I kept it blank. For custom fixtures .spec.ts I kept it blank, and I created one fixture directory where I'm going to create a fixture, and I kept this also as blank, right? So this is the login logout scenario where I'm logging into Orange HRM application, launching the application, then logging into it using the credentials, then performing a submit operation, right? Then navigating to one module, right? And at last I'm logging out, right? So let me show you the execution of this. So npx playwright, or maybe I can simply press the up arrow key, right? So npx playwright test login logout, right? So you will notice that application will be launched, login will be performed, and we will be navigating to one module, that is PIM, right? And then at last it would be logged out, right? Okay, so if I show you before hook, browser context fixture page, right? And at last we are logging out as well, right? So everything works perfectly fine. Let me pull out this particular report and close the previous report to avoid any confusion, right? Now, suppose we have another test case, right? Let me copy this particular test case, and this time instead of PIM, I want to click on different module, right? So let me run this test case once again. One moment, clicking on time this time, right? Test cases name are same, that's why it is showing this particular error. I have saved it. Now the error went away. Let me execute the test cases once again, right? So both the test cases will be executed. So just to show that these are valid test cases, I'm showing this particular flow, right? So in one case, it will click on PIM, logged out. Then in second test case, it will click on time tab. Right. So we noticed that two test cases are executed and both got passed, right? So if I show you the report, so we can see the report, right? So PIM and time. So if we notice that these two test cases have things in common, right? So what are the things in common? Login conditions are common and logout conditions are common, right? Only thing that is different is this particular line, right? So why to keep this much code duplicate, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and going to put it inside hooks, right? And here what I'm going to do, test dot before all. So just to show you that this is how we write. So this will run before all the test cases, right? Then comes test dot before each. I have already talked about these syntaxes, these hooks in the previous videos. I'll be sharing the link of same, right? Okay. And we cannot use page or any other fixture in the before all. However, in the before each we can use it, right? So I'm going to use the same thing, right? Now I'm going to move this particular part, right, into this particular test dot before each. In fact, this particular line also. Okay. And this particular part, for this purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write test dot after each, right? And let me copy this particular section from here, right? Okay, so let us see where is the issue. So there is some issue. Let me type it manually. This is happening because we are using this particular GitHub Copilot, right? So there was just a syntax error, right? So I have moved the before each part, meaning the preconditions into before each and post conditions into after each. Likewise, we can remove it from here as well, right? And let me remove these conditions from here as well, right? Now let us execute this test case, right? hooks.spec.ts. So this time also test case will run fine. So you see, this will run before all test cases. So before all executes before all the test cases of this particular test file. However, before each execute before each test case of this particular test file. So you noticed that two test cases are executed, one got failed and another got passed. So let us see why it got failed. It got failed maybe due to certain reasons. Let us check the video. Or maybe let us re-execute the test case. And before that, let us verify, are we making any mistake, right? So we are not making any mistake, right? So let me run this once again, and this time maybe the test cases will pass. So login will be performed using the before each and logout will be performed using the after each, right? So this is what we will notice. So we are launching the application. We have clicked on PIM, then it clicked on user profile, and then it will log out, right? Likewise for the second test case. So it is logging in, then it is going to perform operation and click on time and going to navigate, and this time it got passed, right? So we have moved this particular section into before and after, right? So the limitation with these before all and after all before each is that these are applicable to these test cases, right? Now suppose we have two test cases, right? Let us say we have, for example, a file called custom fixture 1.spec.ts, and then we have another file that is custom fixture.ts, custom fixture 2.spec.ts, right? And let us say, let me go to this and let us copy this particular thing, right? Let me copy this line and put it inside this, and let me go again and put it inside second test case, right? Second file. But we need this particular line as well, that is import statement. So let me put it here as well, right? So now we cannot use hooks concepts, right? Because these test cases are in different files, and this is going to be the real time case, right? Because in real time we have test cases across different test files, right? So this is where we are going to use the concept of fixture, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a fixture, and for that purpose, as I discussed, that this is the syntax, right? So first of all, we need to import test and we need to use it as a base, right? And then after, what we need to do, we need to define the fixture type where we want to store the data. So we need a fixture of type page, right? That's why we have defined fixture of type page. Then what we are doing, using this base, we are extending my fixture. Here it is going to be login fixture. Actually, I copied from the official website, that's why it is a mistake, but it is going to be what we have defined here. You can name it anything. Inside that, we need to provide this particular variable, and we need to write the test function where we are going to write the logic. And then we need to use this particular command, await use. So this will store the data, right? After this particular operation, what we are doing is we are storing this particular object into test, and then using export, we are exporting it so that we can use it into the test file. And at last, we are exporting expect as well, so that we don't need to use expect from a different library, right? So you will soon understand what does it mean, right? So now what I am going to do, I am going to this login fixture, right? And I kept this particular syntax locally as well, right? So import test as base page, right? So first of all, let me make it as login fixtures, right? So we imported test as base, and this is page, right? This is a object that we need to create, because this is of this type of object we are going to create. And here we need to write that particular logic, right? So I'm going to login logout, right? And going to pick this particular operation here, right? And coming to login fixture, and make sure that async page is the same fixture that is used to interact with the browser, right? So I have kept this particular logic, right? And at last, what we need to do, we need to use await use page, right? So let me remove this particular section as well for now, and let us fix these things, why it is causing this particular error, right? So this also needs this, and after this we need another line of code probably, right? So now it got fixed, so this line is not needed, right? So this is so far setup part, right? So after this, whatever we'll write, that will be considered as the tear down part, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going again and going to copy this particular section now, right? And going to put it afterwards, right? And why we are using this, I'll soon tell you, but let us do it without this particular line first, right? So now let me go to text fixture, right? This custom fixture one. So now this time we are not going to use test from Playwright test. Instead, we are going to use it from fixture, right? Whatever we have created. So we created dot custom fixture, right? So what is the name that we have given? Dot fixtures. And inside this, we have, first of all, one moment, dot slash, we have fixture, and inside that we have login fixture, right? Why it is causing this particular issue? One moment. I think we created this custom fixture outside this particular package, right? So let me move it inside this. That's why this is causing this particular issue, right? So now you see it got fixed automatically, right? And import test from this, right? And this time what we are going to use, instead of page, we'll be using logged in page, right? Because if you go to this particular fixture, we have stored this into login page, right? And from test we will be getting this, right? So we have stored this into const, right? The object, the new test object is stored in const, right? And then using export we can use it across different files, right? So if I come back here, custom fixtures, and this time we are going to use logged in page, right, instead of the page, right? And this part, right, because this is already moved into the fixture, we don't need to use this anymore, right? Similarly, I'll be using this one, and we don't need to use this particular part as well. So now you see how clear this particular test case look like, right? Let me do the same thing for the custom fixture 2 as well. Logged in page, and let me remove this particular line of code, logged in page, and let me remove this particular line of code as well, right? Now let us execute these test cases to validate whether these custom fixtures are implemented properly or not, right? For that purpose, I'm simply going to write npx playwright test and custom fixture 1, right? So we can provide the partial name as well. So you see, application got launched, right? It clicked on PIM, and now it is going to log out, right? So you notice how clean these test cases look like, right? So we have moved all reusable part to the fixture part. So this is how we can create fixtures and how we can use fixture to write plain and clean code, right? So now to show you the report, so let us take a look what actually happened in the before hook. So in the before hook, browser is initialized, context is initialized, page is initialized. Why it is initialized? Because in the fixture, right? So if I show you in the fixture we used page, and because of this page fixture, these are automatically created. Then in the test case, right, custom fixture 1, we have used login page, right? And because of this, that login page is invoked, right? Okay, so this is how it worked. So then it has navigated to application, which was part of fixture. Then it has logged in, performed login, right? Then after this is test body, right? And at last, if I show you after hook, in the login page, it has performed this logout operation, right? So if you notice, it clicked on profile option, then logout, right? And at last closes the page and closes the context, right? So these are like global setup and tear down, but would be applicable only to those test cases where we have injected this particular fixture. So this is what I wanted to cover, guys, about custom fixture, how to use it, and how we can keep our code clean. In the next video, we are going to talk about how we can define global setup and global tear down without the custom fixtures. So this is what I wanted to cover, guys. Thank you once again, and I would request you to please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you once again.